we record every session, and whenever uh, the session recording starts, there will be a broadcast message, so you will know it's not like a secret recording. So you will be informed that the recording is going on. So also, because we're recording all our sessions, so we between the next 2 3 days, we're going to be creating a username and password for everyone, and you will get an email with your login details so that you can go. We will not be sending the recording to you, but you will have your login details, and you can go to the platform and log in to check whichever recording that is available to listen to. Okay. So once again, I would like to welcome all of you to the Avenue Impact program. So we are starting the phase one today, which is the business analysis practical approach, and so that first phase is sorry, let me just see. Sorry, okay. So the first phase will take us to like the next 4 weeks. We have the first week, which we're gonna be talking about. So this is the first week, really. So we're gonna be talking about the project phases, the uh, things like the behavioral skills, if which we're gonna talk about what all that is all about. Then we'll be talking about the strategy analysis aspect of business analysis. Then by week two, we will be looking at the business analysis planning and monitoring, as well as requirement elicitation. When we say elicitation, that's requirement gathering. Also, by week three, we will start looking at our requirement analysis. Maybe you've to heard about UML, requirement management and communication, and that will also lead us into the week four as well. Okay, and week four, we expect that we should be in a situation to start preparing for our certification exam. Uh, I didn't mention this, but let me just say this. Please avoid using the highlight on your screen. I could see someone moving mark and things like that. Don't use that highlight, please, because whatever you do is just reflecting on my screen and is affecting what I'm doing. If I think people are abusing that, then I would disable that particular feature. Okay, so but at the moment, please let's avoid it, because whatever you think you're doing is not only showing on your own screen. I know if you don't know, you might think you're just trying to mark things on your own screen, but it's actually showing on my screen as including everyone. Also, let me just point out now, on the left hand side of the screen, your screen, the window, the pop or the or any meeting pop-up window where you have the attendees, we have this chat. There is a tab there that says note. I'm not sure. I think I've disabled that already. Okay, so I had to disable that so that you don't think that is a private note for you, because whatever you type in there, everybody will be able to see that. Okay, so let's move on briefly for a brief introduction. So I would like us to do an introduction. So, and obviously, the approach we're going to use is that let me first take out Ibrahim's and okay, thank you. So what I want us to do is we gonna have introduction, and so that is talking about what is your name, what you do currently in terms of career. Then what are your expectations? What do you want to get out of this training? So that will help us to make sure that we get you value for your money and your time as well, so that we can channel things the way we, individualize the training for you, so that we know that you are meeting your target and goal. Also, it would be nice if you can share, with us, your nickname, if you have one. But if you try to say you don't have any, don't be surprised. I got a group of very good nicknamers there that will help me look for one for you. Yeah. So, but because of time, I will not be inviting everyone and say this. So what I want you to do is to just email me the answer to these 4 questions, and the email, my colleague will put my email into the chat for you. That is tj@avenueimpact.co.uk. tj@avenueimpact. Can also write that on the screen if you want. It will also be in the chat for you. Okay. So if you don't mind to email it to tj@avenueimpact.co.uk. Okay. Do you have that in the chat already? Yes. So, yeah, thank you. Is that okay? So, in the meantime, I would like, Dixon, we can now hear you now. Okay?
Yep, they can hear me. Every time I talk, the microphone still goes on. Yeah, but I'm not hearing them.
We can hear you. So check your volume for your speaker and everything. Everybody can hear you. Okay? So you might check your speaker. Maybe there is something about that. Yeah? Because if you mute your speaker on your side, you won't hear us. We can hear you. That's why I know that you have a lady there with you that you are saying, you can hear me, I can't hear you. Yeah, that's a proof that I can hear you. Yeah, don't get frustrated, things like that happen sometimes, so it's all right. We're going to be patient. So, all right. I will take 5 people to do, rather than send me this email. I want to take 5 people to do the intro. If you don't mind, if you want to do the intro now, so that everybody can hear your voice, do you mind to raise your hand, and then I will take you out. So I want like 5 people to do that because of our time. Then the rest of us, we expect that from the email. All right, thank you. Let me start with caller. Yes, Dixon, we can still hear you.
Yeah, can hear you now. Thanks.
I'm okay now. It seems we could hear you and the lady, I could hear the frustration, Don't worry, we can hear you now. All right. So, in the meantime, I will mute you so that we can avoid the background noise from your side. Okay? Yeah. All right. There's a lot of noise from your side there. Okay.
Where's the washroom, please?
I think you have to mute everyone.
Yeah, I wanted to hear from caller, but the noises are coming from caller as well. So, caller, are you ready? Are you ready for us? You can unmute yourself if you want to talk now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yes, please go ahead. So tell us what's your name, what do you do currently, career-wise, and then what are your expectation, what do you want to expect, what do you want to get out of this training, and then also if you want to share with us any, one of those nicknames.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kola Zubair. Kola Latif Zubair. Latif is my middle name, so my name is Kola Zubair. What do I do currently? I'm a student of Beaumont University. I'm studying postgraduate, Masters in Information Technology.
Okay.
And what do I expect to get out of this training? Okay. A friend of mine is my classmate. He was the one that introduced me to business analyst, and I think it's one of your last sets. So he's currently, we are in the same class, but I'm aware he's currently looking out for a job, even though he's still under the 20 hours UK work restriction. So he initially discussed with me the what business analysis is all about and how profitable it is and the high demand in the labor market currently. So what I expect to get out of this training is to have a broad knowledge of what a business analyst is all about, and also the other courses under the business analyst. Sorry, the other attached courses or training, which is the Scrum Masters, the software testing, and then the product owner. So I would like to have a broad knowledge what entails from the A to Z. So, and I believe after having the knowledge, I should be able to land myself a very good job in the UK. And then my nickname is Collabo. And why they call me Collabo was that when I was in university days, I normally organize a social gathering like a party. So I used to make sure everyone from the department comes together, to collaborate and have a party. So I got that nickname back in my university days. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Jude, do you want to do the intro?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Yeah,
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
My name is Jude Obiobanya.
Oh, sorry.
Which of the Jude are you?
No. Yeah,
Which of the
Jude Kifodu.
Okay,
you're the one
Jude
that raised
Kifodu.
your hand. Sorry.
I'm Jude
I didn't realize.
Okay,
Jude.
Okay, I will mute now.
Sorry.
I never knew we had two Judes here.
I know.
Okay, my name is Jude Kifodu, and currently I just graduated from my master's program in international marketing in Poland, and I'm working with Philips Healthcare, and I work as an intern order fulfillment specialist. Basically, we do marketing, supply chain stuff, and my job brings me around the corridors of Java, Scrum, business analysis, data analytics, and all that. So, but because I don't have that wherewithal to really function in those capacities, I tend to shy away from those stuffs a little. So, brings me back to what I expect to get from this training. I expect to be armed with at least this knowledge to be able to function in this capacity, and basically to be able to upskill, because I see that having these skills actually gives you the opportunity to bargain financially when you are going for job interviews, and get those very nice and juicy jobs, so that you leave the periphery like where I am right now in my career. So that's for that. And my nickname is Judoka, just a combination of my Igbo name and my Zima name. Basically, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jude. Thank you. Fumi B.
Hello, my name is Adibambo Fumi B. I'm actually a pharmacist. But presently I'm not licensed yet in the UK, so I got introduced into Avenue Impact through a friend. She's a Scrum Master, so she told me about Avenue Impact, and before then I've had this idea of going into tech, being a data analyst actually, until I started solving the internet and got to know about business analysts and product owner. So what do I expect to get from this training? First, a good knowledge of what business analyst is and what product owner is, and be able to apply everything I've learned from the training and be able to upskill, because information and new things are coming up every day. So it's good for you to be up to date with technology. And do I have any nickname? I actually don't have a nickname, but would not mind one anyway at the end of the training. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for realizing that I got a team of, naming nicknamers, Okay, thanks. Appreciate that. Oluwatimileyin.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Adeosun Oluwadamilare Oluwatimileyin. Currently from Nigeria. I am a makeup artist, definitely. I'm still a makeup artist. But right here in the UK, I'm in the middle of starting a customer service rep job with either Barclays or NatWest. What a beautiful platform to do that.
On is it Agile or something like that, and the lecturer was telling us to, if we really want to get more knowledge, we have to go for a professional having to another, and I'm looking forward to
get that practical exposure, all right, and that is it. And by the time I finish with this, good at team 2, that is a bundle.
What I do, my expectation is this, to be able to kind of, which is also, our dream of. So our dream in AVI is the same thing, that we want to be able to impact knowledge into everyone. Back in the days then, one of the things that we talk about, and I always think about it, we talk about it, that business analysis is one of that difficult role that, people might be able to quickly get testing knowledge and so on, but business analysis is difficult. We used to talk about that. Then I have a challenge to is a business analyst. Let's start from there. Who is a business analyst? In a company, we all know when we say company, you don't need to go to school to know when they say company. We know company, organizations, and so on. So in a company, there might be a manager that heads a department. All of us, we know when we talk about HOD, head of department, or the manager, the team lead, or head of the team, or managers, or director. We don't know when we say someone is a director and so on. Okay? So, like a manager, we know this is like a senior person that looks after people, manages, their affairs and so on. Or a director within this organization, they are kind of in a place of authority within their department. Maybe this person wants to improve his or her department. sometimes they want to probably make their department more effective. It might be that maybe there is a problem going on and they're looking for a solution to that problem, or sorry, 1 minute, okay? So it might be that there is a problem, probably productivity is low, also anything. It might even be there's no problem, they just want to improve things. Now, it's these people in this kind of position that they have these ideas to make their department more effective, or they want to solve a problem about productivity within their team. So these individuals or the individual, whether it's a manager or a director, with this idea of a problem or opportunity, we contact IT department, and contact them for help. Now, when we say IT department, many of us, because we're not in the industry, or when we hear about IT department, that's why some of us will say, oh, I don't know anything about IT and things like that. IT department has changed from those days that they just talk about computer fixing, keyboard is not working. Oh, I can't. My computer is not coming up and things. I can't even do that. If I have a problem with it, I'll just pack it and go and buy another one, or call somebody to come and fix it. I can't even fix computer. So some of you, the idea about IT is that IT has changed from that. IT. That's why these days they call, you see the department called business change and IT department. IT now runs companies. Oh, someone say, oh, yeah, they run companies now because they develop and talk about how you do your business in terms of probably the software or the different kind of things, how they do it. So they are involved in that. Excuse me 1 minute.
Do you need me to do anything?
I'm so sorry. Sorry, okay. I was just trying to manage the. So from, I'm just getting a message from our technical team that some people are being kicked out, and that's because we have a limit on this platform that we're using, but more people wants to connect. So that's why I'm so sorry. Don't worry. I'm going to make up for every minute. So what we're trying to do is I wanted to start another session on the Zoom so that the people can join us for today, and then we'll sort out that access tomorrow. So please, if you just give me 1 minute while I try to I could see some messages from people there.
Yeah.
So sorry. So now you might have this head of the department, managers, directors that look after teams or the department within the a company or organization. So they kind of look after, make sure things are done properly. They support, they manage people, and so on. And these people might have things that they want to do for the department. It might be that they have a problem they want to solve for their staff, just like as a parent, you look at your child and I say, oh, this child needs some school uniform, or this child needs some toys, or you might say, oh, this child, you discover that even sometimes, many times, these children, they don't even know what they need, and then you look at the situation as a parent, you kind of like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. And so you are acting like the manager or like the director, and these children that you're looking after, they are like the member of the team, your employees and so on, delivering for you. So the same thing, you see a director or the manager, they're like, okay, we want to improve, how we work, our productivity. You want to make our department more effective, or we want to solve this issue affecting productivity. Maybe the workload is too much. You're trying, okay, what can we do to improve it, and so on. They are always having ideas. The same way as a parent, you're always having idea to make the life better for the children, not just better for them, the next phase, what's going to happen, and so on. You are running things in the house. The same thing, these people are running the company. So when they have this idea, whether to explore opportunity or to solve a problem, it could be positive or negative. So reasons. So they contact IT department. So that's where we were before we stopped earlier on. So they contact IT department, and I said that most of us, our idea of IT department is about computer, physical computer, cables, keyboard, and mouse, and so on. People that solve the problem if there is anything wrong with a computer. And I told you, I don't know how to do that. I've been working in that industry for over 20 years. I don't know how to do it. So if I can't get someone to come and do it for me, the other day I had a problem with I had to be on the phone with Apple. They had to diagnose the computer over the phone for hours. I don't know how to fix it, So it's not about hardware and computer like that. That's IT is all about. IT runs companies these days. IT runs organizations, the operation, how they do things. For example, look at banking industry. Do you think the department they call operation runs the banking? Oh, who is in charge of ATM machine? Who is in charge of their mobile app? Who determines whether you are able to transfer money today or not? Because if the app is down, the bank, nothing is happening. So you can see the IT, that's why we call it business change and IT department. They are involved in the core operations of organizations. So that's why any department, when they have such issues and things like that, they go to IT department. Now, they come to IT department. So, IT department, they need the help of IT department to implement a solution. So, IT department now thinking, who will go for us? Who shall we send? Who will go and speak to this manager or director to sit down and find out details of what they need the IT department to do for them. This is not like someone just come, oh, we need help, and then you start doing it. No, we need to find out. They need to know because they are more organized in the way they do things. So IT department is thinking, okay, who are we going to send to go and sit down to find out more information and details about what we need to do in order to help these people to solve this problem or to explore the opportunity that they have. What do you think happens? The IT department then send the almighty business analyst. So they send the business analyst to go and engage this department. When we talk about this department and things like that, maybe it might be HR department, it might be finance department, it might be marketing department, it might be operations department. So the business analyst will go and engage these people, meet with them to find out information about what they need to do or what they are looking for. All right? So I hope everybody can still hear me loud and clear, right?
Yes, we can, Mr. TJ.
Good. So that is where business analysts fit into in the picture. So this is just on the surface, and then gradually you'll be seeing more picture, understanding about the role of a business analyst. You know, this is just on the surface. You know, like when a child, maybe a 2-year-old that can speak, a 2-year-old asking daddy or mommy and say, "Oh, how did you get pregnant?" How are you going to explain to a 2-year-old how you got pregnant? Yeah? Or asking where baby come from? Yeah? You know, your explanation will be different from an adult like me when I say, you know, how did you get pregnant? Or you're trying to explain to a more mature or an older person because of the level of knowledge. Okay? So now we could see where business analysts kind of fit into, or give you an idea that, okay, so even if I work with IT department, you know, I still, you know, if engage different other department to find out their needs and things like that. Now, to motivate some of you that you're thinking, oh, this is a total different environment. Now, if the business department that needs the help of IT is the legal department, if it's the legal department, I forgot what was her name now. I'm totally, you know, it wasn't Timmy. Was it Timmy? Who was? Okay, you remember the lawyer that's working. Oh no, I wrote things down. What? Damilola, yeah, thanks, yeah. Damilola. Yeah, I knew the name was so familiar because that's the name of my brother as well. So, but I was doing something else at that time. I didn't write it down. So, but I wrote the other names down. You know, Kola, Jude, for me, B, Timmy. I'm always writing those things down. Note what you're saying. So, Damilola, can you imagine if you say now I'm in the IT? But legal department, they are the one that having issue. And now you're the business analyst that we send to go and talk to legal department. Do you think you will struggle in understanding what they are doing there? Do you think you will not be able to, you know, speak their language, what they do there, or what they are saying, the legal terms, and so on?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Without stress, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Someone says, I'm an accountant, you know, my background is in accounting. What if it's the finance department that has issue? And you are talking to the finance team. Do you think you will not be able to relate? You see them, they are your colleagues. You speak the same language. So what I'm trying to point out is to give some of you the confidence that working as a business analyst, your background will also help you. It doesn't matter what background you have, it's going to support and, you know, kind of consolidate you, your influence when you are operating as a business analyst. Different industry, retail, automobiles and so on. Okay, so now, all that being said, that one is just to calm you down so that you can, when you're watching a movie, calm down, sit down. Before, maybe you're not paying attention, but when you hear some sound like that, you got your attention, you sit down and okay, see this movie would be interesting. Okay, that's to calm you down to say, okay, maybe I might, it might not be what I'm thinking about IT stuff. It might still be what I've been doing before I was continuing to do. All right. So what I want to do next is what I call a day in the life of a business analyst. I wish I can take all of you, everyone, along with me to my office, workplace, and let you shadow me and observe me as I do my work. But unfortunately, I can't do that. So I can't take you there to see, because at times, maybe it has happened to some of us before. Someone like me, so don't worry, maybe some of you can relate with that. I need a witness in the house that maybe a friend of mine goes on holiday, and then they come back and they're gisting me about their holiday, and they say, oh, and when we were in Lyon, in France, we went to one restaurant like that. When they're telling me about that, I will be imagining the street as they are walking down. I will have this mental picture of the restaurant as they're telling me about, oh, they had a good meal. I'll be thinking, in fact, in my head, I will have the picture and the image of the person that served them the food. Yeah, has that happened to anybody before? When they're giving you a nice gist like that, you are thinking and imagine that. Because what happens is that we normally like to anchor our knowledge on something. Those are kind of things that helps us, whether consciously or unconsciously, to remember things, to relate to things. We like to anchor information, knowledge on something that helps our memory and so on. So that's why I wish I could take you to to my office and say, but I can do that because even these days we all work remotely and so on. But fortunately, I found the video on YouTube that talked about a day in the life of a business analyst. This video clip was a short one put together by one of the best consultancy firm in the world, McKinsey. They since updated the video and removed this particular one, but I like this one, and I was fortunate to have a copy before they remove it. So I'm going to play this short clip to you just to have a look, and then you can see that it's just human being like you and I working as a business analyst, and also it will help you as we go along to be able to anchor your knowledge on something. When I mention, when you're in the meeting room, because you've seen that before, you might be, that's meeting room. You can picture that mentally. Is that okay? Are you ready? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Someone sounds excited there. Okay, let's do this.
Yes, we are.
Good. Let's do this. Unfortunately, what am I gonna do? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm having some because I have some people on Zoom. I'm thinking if I do this, but it's all right. What I would do?
Is it the sound?
Not the sound. You might be fine with the sound, but the problem. Okay, let's do this one. If you can say, for those people on Zoom, I will sort you out. Don't worry, I will sort you out. For those people on Zoom, I will sort you out. Yeah. Okay.
Most about McKinsey is our opportunity to work with clients on a day-to-day basis. clients at all levels of an organization, from the project manager to the COO or CEO. And we're working hand in hand with them on the pressing issues that are facing their company. And I think that's what truly sets McKinsey apart. Rather than working in a room somewhere and just simply handing off what you did or what you learned, you're actually partnering with them. And that way we know that the solutions we're delivering to the client will have long-lasting impact because it's something that we're co-creating.
When I first applied and received an offer, I really had no idea what a BA does. The amazing thing is that what we do varies depending on the study that we're staffed on. So we get to see a huge variety of problems, a huge variety of clients and industries and geographies, and we get to build a really diverse skill set. One day I might be interviewing clients or stakeholders to understand the complexities of the problem that we're trying to solve. Next day I might be building a model to forecast an emerging market and understand what the opportunities are for a client. We also spend a lot of time problem solving as a team. When we problem solve, it's not just the...
Sorry, let me just quickly check. I think the people on Zoom, you can hear me. You can hear the audio. Can you?
We can hear the audio, please.
Ibrahim, are you on Zoom? Is that Zoom?
No. I think the Zoom people can. So you know what I would do? Sorry, if you're on Zoom, I will record this. I will send you this recording so I can see this if you're there. Yeah. Okay.
The senior people who are coming up with ideas. It's really that we have our whole team around a table. I'm there, the project managers who have a few years of experience, the directors who have been with the firm for 20 or 25 years, sitting at a table along with clients who are, the CEOs of their companies, and every voice is equally represented and equally respected.
The other thing, which would be great, is to show all the other broadcast stuff. Which I don't know, but I think you do, right?
All the other broadcast broken
Existing broadcast research groups. You don't have to break it into insane levels of detail. It's just, I want to be able to say, look, the whole broadcast group today is this many. We're talking about splitting into two.
Right.
And if we split into two, how many are here? Right. How many are in the...
And the nice thing is that everyone else pretty discreetly falls back into their businesses, as I think she was pointing out. So sports and news, or if they were just to be decentralized, that would be a clear cut. There's a couple of lingering pieces like systems that would have to find a home, but they could fit quite naturally in this group, and they're just a few people.
All right, so then that's something we didn't even think of that we probably have to add up here.
I agree.
At the beginning of a study, we always kick off the engagement with something we call a team learning, and I really think that sets the tone and the stage for the entire study.
There were 4 things we wanted to cover for team learning. So one was individual goals, like development goals, lifestyle preferences, working styles. The second one is, what does team success look like? So setting some team norms. The third one, so Tom's going to come in and give us some context on the client service team, background on how we've been serving this client. And then the last one would be aligning on a problem statement. So what's the scope of our solution space? What are we trying to solve for during the next 16 weeks?
One of the things I've really enjoyed most in my time as a BA is that I feel like I'm always being given opportunities to stretch myself, to grow into new skill sets or new roles that I really don't think I'm ready for. I was really excited that I would be working on CEO level problems and presenting to boards of directors, but I was a little worried about the fact that I wouldn't really know exactly how to do that. I wouldn't really have expertise in the problems that we were trying to solve, and I wouldn't really have a skill set that I built in my liberal arts undergraduate degree to know how to go about tackling some of these issues. But the amazing thing about McKinsey is you're really never doing it alone. There's an incredible network starting with your core team, but extending so far beyond that is there to support you and to make you successful so that your project is successful. And having that support from experts who have written books in their fields and who will jump on the phone with you for half an hour to get you up to speed on an industry. I often call our analytics group, and they actually jump on my computer virtually and teach me how to go about doing the analysis that I need to do.
And our culture is open, so you can just reach out to people and try to spend some time getting to know them, their backgrounds, learning from them, getting advice from them, being coached by them, and being groomed and developed by them to fulfill your own personal aspirations. So in approaching kind of this year in the public sector fellowship, do you have any advice?
I'm a firm believer in kind of the liberal arts approach to all of this. Whether as a BA at the firm or whether when you come as an associate, I mean, I think you come and sample a lot of different things, try and balance the different interests and do something there that just gets you excited.
Recently, I was working on a document that we were presenting to the CEO of a large media company. And I realized as I was sitting there framing these different recommendations for this CEO that just 3 years ago, I had been an unpaid intern for the same media company. I'd gone from reading scripts in the back of a room with very little exposure to the real business to actually making recommendations to the CEO of the entire company.
I've worked with the mayor of a major U.S. city on budget problems he was facing. I've ridden the railways of the Western United States to look at rail track and infrastructure maintenance. And I've served insurance companies, consumer packaged good companies, and other institutions in telecom and media. And now I'm transitioning to public sector work.
When I first joined McKinsey, I definitely felt that it was a very formal environment, but I quickly learned that was not at all the reality. McKinsey is just full of interesting, exciting people who love to have fun and who play just as hard as they work. The day-to-day interactions that I have are with people that I really enjoy and that I've come to call my friends, and spending time in the team room, laughing and joking and building real relationships with clients.
It's a very dynamic environment where you're problem solving with each other. You get to know your colleagues on a very personal level, get to know about them, their background, their unique story that brought them to McKinsey, their family life. These are mentors and coaches that you'll develop, that you'll keep for the rest of your life.
One of the great things that McKinsey has to offer is to be in a place where I would learn as much as possible and develop and grow as much as possible, but always feel like I had a safety net, a group of people supporting me and ensuring that I was going to be successful. And that's really what McKinsey has been for me.
Right. Let me all say apologize to those people on Zoom in case you have the audio issue with for that one. I'm so sorry. That's because the video was only able to play on just one platform. That's why we couldn't get it to play on multiple devices or multiple platforms at the same time. But as I promised, I will get you the video for you to listen to. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, I believe that for those of you that you could hear the audio, one of the things I like to point out in that clip is that you saw that young lady that was, complaining that before she started, she didn't know anything about business analysis. And you could see, even without that knowledge, she was still able to manage and became successful in one of the top, consultancy firm. And also, you could see some of you, the same way you are afraid, or you might be thinking you are not competent enough or something you don't know. Other people have been there before, and they succeeded. So they don't have two heads. You can see that. Also, maybe you've been hearing they're talking about McKinsey a lot. As a business analyst, it's the same thing you experience in any way you're working. That's why I like that clip as well, because whether you work at that particular company or not, it's the same thing. You see the meeting room, you have to talk to people. For example, think about it. Which level of people or employee has the authority to approve project, to decide what to do? You see, these are senior managers, directors, and so on. So you will discover that as a business analyst, you'll be talking to those decision makers because those are the people you want to find out information from. So it's just the same thing that you will be experiencing. Sorry, 1 minute. Somebody's complaining about echo. But unfortunately, I can't hear any echo. So I'm just trying to make sure. Is anybody having echo or hearing
there
echo?
isn't echo here. No.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the chat as well. No. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Maybe that's just an individual person. Okay. So you see the environment, how people relate, talk, and so on and so forth. So whenever you're thinking about the business analysis, you can see, have something to anchor your knowledge and information about. Let's quickly go also, as I want us to just to cover some things before. All right, now on your screen you could see what we call competencies of a business analyst. Now, I will not take the glory for this. I will not claim that I put this together. This was done by the British Computer Society. So you can see that it's an industry standard stuff that we have there on the board. So we have these competencies of a business analyst. And they put it in 3 categories. We have the behavioral skills, or what we call personal skills or soft skills. Second one, we have the business knowledge. The third one, we have techniques in terms of how we do things. So the behavioral skills talked about all the soft skills that we've learned over the period of our lives, and things like communication, relationship building, influencing, team working, political awareness. Some of us would think, when you talk about politics at work, some of you will say things like, I don't like politics at work, they just play politics and things like that. By the time we come to talk about stakeholder management, I will see how you are able to differentiate in the activities going on between those people that you think, they are just playing politics at work, or those people that are managing their stakeholders. Because how we successfully turn you into a politician at work by the time we finish our stakeholder analysis, because these are the things that we're going to talk about that. We'll still have plenty of time to talk about that, but watch out for those tools and you see how we link them up, because the same behavior, character, and in one side we're calling it politics, in another side we're using professional, because all of us want to do stakeholder management and things like that. But what you are doing is that different from what somebody else is doing in that way that we think, that's negative. Anyway, so the good thing about the training that you are on now is that all these behavioral skills, we also incorporated them into the training. This is not just like a technical stuff, or we start with all those behavioral skills, soft skills as well. We embedded it into the training to remind us, 1 minute please, to remind us about some of those skills that we learned over the period of time, So it's not like we're teaching us new things, but we just want to remind us of those things that we taught at one point or the other. Yes, Kazim, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, TJ. You are talking about competency of BA, but nothing is showing on my screen.
Okay.
So I don't know what is going on.
I think it's just your side.
I can't even shout with you also, because I try to type, but it's not. Nothing is happening.
Kasim, what if you log in again, log out, log in, because we can see the screen over here.
Okay, let me log out.
Maybe it's your device,
Okay, let me try that again. Thank you.
Okay.
Please, you can through the chat session. Just keep me updated so we don't.
So I've been trying to
chat. Okay, I see. All right, cheers. Thank you. Please do that.
Thank you.
All right.
Continue.
All right, thank you. So the second category is business knowledge. When we talk about business knowledge, it's talking about industry experience as well. The industry knowledge, talking about, domain knowledge and so on, all those kind of specialized area, like some of you're into banking and so on, you're into civil service, you're into medical, different areas, you're into logistics and so on. So the thing is that all this kind of knowledge or experience from those industry are not something you just sit down in a class and then you just load into your head. It's probably something you get over a period of time and so on. So what we've done to help everyone is that we got loads of people working in different industries, loads of people, hundreds working in different industries, multiple industries. So every now and then, we bring these people in to come and do like a presentation. They will tell you about the project they are working on. They will talk to you about the processes, all the issues, terminologies that they use, and so on. You have full idea about whichever project they are working on, and so on. And that will kind of help you to understand that industry. And let me say the truth. Many of our candidates going for interviews, that they just rely on those kind of sessions that we bring in, our, these consultant sessions, we call them, help them a lot at the interviews. Because, for example, if you've not been to Orlando, Florida before, and then you have some people that live there or have been there on holiday, they came back, they're telling you, when we get down from the airport, you'll see this and things like that. If you know their story very well, you can tell somebody else and they will think you yourself, you've been there before, because you got somebody that gives you, like what they said, the lowdown of everything that happens there. So whenever you see invite, so this is not compulsory session, it's not part of our normal thing. This is like extra stuff that we do presentation. So it's open to every, both past and current candidate but strictly in-house, both current, past candidate of AVI. So we send the invite out to them. So when you see something like that, don't say, that's not my class, or why should I attend that? People are benefiting a lot from it. And you also have opportunity to ask those consultants questions as well. Then the last category, which is the techniques. This is where we talk about business analysis techniques, how they do things, like the project management. When we talk about project management, we are not trying to turn you into a project manager, but if you be working in project environment, we talk about that environment, project management environment, so that you have that understanding of the framework or the methodology, and then you know what is expected of you when you're working in that environment. Things like strategy analysis, stakeholder analysis and management, investigation techniques. That's how you can capture and gather requirement engineering. That's just how we analyze the requirement, business system modeling, all those techniques we have incorporated into the training, and we will cover every one of it. Okay, so you will see this table multiple times. And you yourself, you can go along as we cover things, so that you know that it's not like we're just picking stuff, and you yourself, you can be the judge. You yourself say, hold on, we've not done anything on requirement engineering, and it's on the list of the stuff. So you can monitor yourself, and as we go on, we bring this with up that you can use to take things off and make sure that we cover every necessary things that we're supposed to cover. Is there any question, okay?
No, we don't have questions.
Not interested.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there anybody that wants to ask any questions so far on things we've talked about so far? Don't worry, we still have more things to talk about, and also just on what we've been talking about. Okay, all right. Let's have. Let's have this. We're gonna have this exercise. Where is sorry, I just want to send my friend this. Where is it? Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. Where is it? All right, I got it. So I was trying to send this email to this my friend, so that we're gonna use it for the next exercise. Sorry, I got carried away with fixing the issues there.
By the way, Peter has a question.
I have a question as well.
Okay,
just
don't worry, I can see you right there. I can see that. Yes. Peter, do you want to go first? Hello. So, Kola, do you want to go?
Yes, thank you very much. My question is this, as regard these competencies of business analyst, because my suggestion is that before we forge ahead to the next topic, I'm not trying to teach you how to go ahead with your training, but like the competencies of a business analyst, like everything you mentioned, from the behavioral skills and business knowledge and techniques. So does this mean that you must acquire all this knowledge before you can test your competence as a business analyst? That's my question.
No. There is no. Number one thing is that when we say to be a good father, you need to, have this kind of heart. You need to be able to provide for the family. You need to be able to do this. You need to be. They might say you need to be able to defend your family and things like that. The question is it every time that we defend our family? Yeah, it's not every time. So these, when we talk about competencies, what they say, these are the things that you need to know how to do. Do you use them all the time? No. Just like going to university. Some of us, the course we study, maybe 10% of what we learn in uni is what we're using. The rest, we don't need to use them. We might know them, but we don't need to use them because of the situation. So that's what this is all about. It's not everything that you use at the same time. It's not everything that is required at the same time. But there is possibility that you are called upon and you need one of these things. You don't want to be found wanting. Then what does that say about you as a business analyst? That's what they say. Yeah. So even if you're working as a business analyst, because what it is that you might even be working as a business analyst and you look at that and say, oh, I don't know much about this. I don't know much. This is one of the things that we use in at the office to send people on training. Have you heard about staff going on training before? Yes. Things like these help to say, we need to make sure our staffs are competent in this particular area, and then we send them on training as well. Okay. All right. Mr. Jude. Sorry. All right. Yes. Hold on 1 minute, Peter. I will come to you. Jude, where are you? Okay. Please help me check your email. I just sent you an attachment. Okay. We're gonna use it for the comms exercise in a minute. Okay. While I take Mr. Peter's question. Is that right? Let me know when you get it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. My question is simple. I think from the explanation you just gave now, from one of the questions the last question you answered, invariably have answered mine, but I just needed to get something clear as well. So, you were discussing about somebody being a BA, a business analyst, working with the IT personnel, and now if a problem occurs in such an IT company, then they have to send a BA to meet the directors or managers to find out what the problem is. So from the competencies here, you have put one of the features as problem solving. If the person is working with an IT and an IT person have sent you to go get information on what's happening with the company and all that, how do you then involve in the problem solving? Like one of the features or the roles that they play. Because definitely you're going to get this information and bring it back to the IT people to work on because they have sent you. Now, how do you as a business analyst get involved in that problem solving? Or is it in the process of you going to meet these people, then you are also equally involved in trying to solve what the problem is? Or how do you make recommendations on that?
Okay. Sorry, I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Okay. All right. So, I'm a little bit okay. When we talk about problem solving, okay, what you need to know is that if you don't, to solve a problem, you probably require some. So for those of you on Zoom, there is a question about the competencies that if as a business analyst representing IT, going to talk to people and trying to solve the problem. When we use the word solve the problem, doesn't mean that you provide a solution or you do the solution. Okay? For example, somebody comes to me and say, "Oh, I'm hungry. I don't know what to eat or where to find food. Please help me." Yeah. I don't necessarily need to cook for that person and provide the food. I might say, "Oh, okay, you're hungry. What kind of food do you want to eat? What do you feel like?" And I say, "Okay, now I understand what you like to eat. You know what you do? Go down that way, turn left. You see, there's a restaurant there. When you go in there, you'll be able to find food and eat something." So I've solved the problem for that person, but not the solution I provided is not necessarily have to be that, "Oh, I cook and I'll cook the food and then that person able to eat," when we talk about solving problems. Okay, does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Sorry, I get it now.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. Mayo, you raised your hand before, then you dropped it just before I called you. Oh, so sorry, Moyosola. No, Mayo. No.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I just want to see if I can contribute to the answer that you gave, TJ, to the question that was asked. So if, using the example that you gave, can we say that, okay, so if this person is hungry, as a business analyst, I think, like you said, it's not necessarily that we are cooking for that person, but aside from giving the person, telling the person that, "Oh, okay, this is what you want to eat," the solution as a business analyst should also come from the fact that, okay, maybe we are going to look at the age of the person, and thereby and we'll then consider the type of food. Maybe it's a person diabetic. Therefore, if the person is diabetic, we do our research as a business analyst and know that a person that is diabetic should not eat something that is sugary or salty. If it's a younger person, maybe that person needs more sugars in their meals. Or if the person is lactose intolerant, then you know that, okay, you can't tell the person to go to a dairy food outlets where they're going to give them ice cream and things that are have a lot of dairy in it. So the job of a business analyst with that example, I think should go beyond maybe just providing the food, but the type of food, the type of diet. Does the person need more of protein? Is the person an athlete, for example? You don't want to give somebody that is an athlete lots of you want to give that person a really balanced diet. So I just wanted to put that out there. Maybe so it's not like you're cooking for the person, but you're going really deep into what that person actually needs. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing that. Thanks for the contribution. Yeah, well appreciated. Okay. Jude, have you gotten the email from me? Good. So yeah, just hold on to that for me. I'll come back to that. Felix?
Yeah. Sorry, TJ. I just wanted to make not really a question, but a little contribution. Yeah, because I can see that a lot of us seems to be asking individual questions on the subtopics like behavioral skills, business knowledge, and techniques. And I look at it that if we continue to accommodate such questions individually, it might impede on our progress, and I'm suggesting that in order to hasten our progress on this program, on these studies, because there are quite a lot of them, I think if possible for TG to pick any of these topics just serially as they appear and explain to them and relate them to the BA. How does it impact on why is the BA important? For example, communication. Okay, how is the BA? How is communication a behavioral skill? All right, how is relationship building a behavioral skill? How is it related to BA? Influencing, team working, political awareness, analytical skills, and critical thinking. And I think by the time you run these things down in a summary form, perhaps it will answer most of the questions that people may be asking, from time to time, which we may not be progressing much as we expect to progress. It's just a personal opinion anyway. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you very much. Okay. One thing I want everybody to know is that I've been doing this for a while now, and I've mastered my trade in terms of time, spacing things, and so on. And you will understand with time. The more we go along, we appreciate that. So on. I don't want anybody to feel in terms of time, spacing things, and so on. And you will understand with time, the more we go along, you will appreciate that, So, and I don't want anybody to feel like, if someone, questions a lot, it might be affecting how we go and things like that. And don't worry. What I would do is that I've already incorporated that into it. For example, with the introduction, I knew that. I know how long it's going to take. If I can't manage that or do that, then I'm not, it means I'm not good at what I do. You understand? So what happens is that all of us, we might be at different levels and things like that, but we'll try to have common ground and blend things on. Or what you see things that will be happening as we go on, things we're picking up. Part of it is tolerance. Like I tell, I just thought it's too early for me to start picking up some things, because everything that happens on this platform, we are turning it into a learning situation. Yeah, there are times we have to learn tolerance. There are times when we have to learn how to relate with other people. This platform provides all that, things that could make you to lose your job without talking about technical stuff. So we're going to make use of everything and turn it into a positive and something that all of us can benefit from, So someone that don't like speaking, you're going to learn that, because we will draw you out to that point, because you need that. Someone that like, you know what? I just want to go with a Ferrari speed. You're going to learn how to carry other people along, because working in a team is different. It's not just one person like an island. How do you do that? You like to slow down, but the team is going ahead. You like to run fast, but the team is coming behind. Beyond this environment, these are the things that we need, that is going to be good for us as we walk, in different places. Okay, so I want everybody to bear with each other, and let's just see how we can make the best of the situation that we find ourselves, because that's what differentiates you as a business analyst. All right, my friend Jude, where are you, my friend?
I'm here with you.
All right, good. All right, so because of our time, I want us to do this exercise. I'm looking at the time now. So, okay, bear with me. We're going to do this exercise briefly, and then we'll continue the remaining of the exercise tomorrow. Okay? All right. Let's do this. So this is a communication exercise we just want to do today. Communication exercise. So we have the ear and we have the mouth. All of us, we know the ear is what we use to listen. Ear can only listen. Ear cannot speak. It can listen, can't ask questions, or can't do anything. Then the mouth can speak. So, apart from my friend Jude, all of us on this platform, you're hearing me, you're going to be the ear. So you can only listen. You cannot ask a question. Whether typing it, raising your hand and asking it, verbally, you cannot ask questions. You cannot make a comment. You cannot say, hold on, No, you cannot make any sound. Ear don't make sound. So all of us, we're going to keep quiet. The only person that will talk is our mouth, who is Jude today. So Jude will be our mouth. So the exercise is that I've given Jude a piece of information on the paper or on his screen. So you've opened the attachment, right? So Jude, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna tell everyone what you have on the paper, and they will replicate that. So if you have a pen and a paper, get it ready. Jude will tell you what he has in front of him, and you're going to replicate that on your own paper. Sorry, when Jude is speaking, you cannot respond. You cannot stop him to ask question. Jude cannot ask question as like, oh, do you understand, or things like that. Even if he says that, you cannot respond. So let me speak. You can answer me, but once Jude starts to speak, you cannot. So all my ears, are you ready with a pen and a paper?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. So that's it. Anya, I saw your message, so please hold on. I will talk to you later. So my mouth, or our mouth, Mr. Jude, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, over to you now.
Okay, first we have a square with two tips. One tip up, one tip down. Secondly, under that square, we have a normal square. Thirdly, we have a square, but it's tilted to the left, and the normal square is sitting on it. And the fourth one, we have another square, just like the first one tip up, one tip down, but the third square has its lower right tip at the edge of this last square. That'll be all.
Oh, I'm so sorry for. Let me just I think the people on Zoom couldn't hear or what is happening here. Okay. So, you know what I'm gonna do is that I know you can only hear me, so that you couldn't hear other participants, so you couldn't hear Jude. Okay. I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do, or don't worry. Don't worry. Even if I have to go through everything with you separately, I would do so. Don't worry. Yeah, you will be well looked after. I promise you that. I promise you that you'll be well looked after. You know, so that is one thing. You know, if you ask wherever you have the referral from, they will tell you we're not in a hurry to finish. Yeah, it's not about, oh, we just want to finish and things like that. No. If you don't have the information, you're not going anywhere. That is it. Let me just tell everybody now. So just a few that you're thinking, oh, you want to pop. Now, if you're not getting it, we're not moving on that, because that is affecting our integrity and what we do. You are getting it. So just tell people in your household that you've entered one chance. Yeah. You are not getting it, you're not going anywhere. So don't worry, we'll do extra classes, we'll do whatever to make sure you get it. So the earlier the better, the easier for you. Yeah, we are not going anywhere. This is what we do, we live by this. Okay, all right. So please, people on Zoom, be patient, or I will look after you especially. Yeah, I owe you one. Okay, so please, Opera, if you can help me put the email back on there. So if you have done this exercise, all the math, I'm going to talk to you in a minute. So what you do for me is that use your phone to take the picture and email it to tj@avenueimpact.co.uk. Okay? Now, let me ask you a question. Those of you, the mouth. how did you feel about that exercise, or what happened? When you listen to Jude, how are you feeling? Yeah. Anybody frustrated? That was this. Yeah. Hello. You can talk to me.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, you feel like asking him to repeat.
Okay. Okay.
The pressure was getting better. And it seems as if we are developing an app.
Okay. I know.
It didn't make too much sense.
In my head, I felt he was trying to make us draw a box, but it wasn't properly communicating it.
Yeah, could we get a communication for the exercise again, please, if it's possible?
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the response I'm expecting. Yeah. Anybody go frustrated and stop halfway and say, nah, this is not making sense? Yeah. Olatubosun. Olatubosun Bidemi.
While you were talking about mouths and co, bugs, I didn't see anything. On my screen, I can only see the communication exercise, the ear, the mouth. That's all I see on my screen. I didn't see any bugs anywhere.
Okay.
You're not supposed to see.
Cynthia. Yeah, Cynthia. Ola. Yes. Kola as well. Kola.
Yeah, I felt like what the guy was saying doesn't make sense. Like, what's he trying to say? Well, his communication is not being effective. That's what I feel.
Okay. What about Bright?
Hi.
Yes, Cynthia, now you can hear you. We couldn't hear you before, Cynthia.
So
Sorry.
what happened was I was expecting him to paint it in a way that would be easy to understand. So after the first 2 lines, I just missed. I just blanked out.
Okay.
But because we're not supposed to talk, I just had to.
Okay. All right. I'll take last comment from Bright.
Yeah, I feel the only problem with his explanation was the tip. He said 2 square has tips, 2 tips up and down. I mean, a square has 4 tips. So that was just misleading.
All right. So let me ask Jude, my friend Jude. Please bring H. If you can mute yourself, please. All right. So, Jude, my friend, how did you feel about the people you were talking to and the exercise, Jude?
Yeah. When you're sending out a communication, because you have the information and they don't have it, definitely the frustrations are bound to set in because you are in a place of knowledge and they are not. That's one. And 2, when you also are going to make a communication that is one way, you can't explain, they can't speak back, they can't ask for clarification.
Yeah.
The frustration is bound to set in also. Then it being a one-way communication, so it won't flow.
Yeah, thank you very much, my friend Jude. Let me surprise all of you. The exercise wasn't about Jude. Yeah, the exercise wasn't about Jude, The exercise is about the ear and the mouth. So the exercise is about emphasizing very important factor or element of communication. Okay? As you are frustrated, Jude is frustrated because there was no way for him to check whether you understand what he's saying. And what he's saying is clear to him, crystal clear. One of the things that you have to understand is that many of us sometimes we think, I understand English, at least I'm good. If you say anything to me, I understand. But there are times they are passing a message across to you that we are not comprehending it enough. We don't even understand it. Not that we don't understand it. We think we understand or we think we are hearing, but we are hearing something different. We're going to be talking about this and you see the beauty of what we're talking about. How many times Have you been in a conversation or argument with a friend or a family to say, oh, you said this, and they said, no, I didn't say it. That's not what I said. You said, no, I know what you're saying. Now you're lying. I heard you clearly. This is what you said. And the person said, that's not what I said. And then it becomes an issue that someone is lying. And you believe somewhere that you heard. You might be hearing something different. What you're hearing might be different from what the message they are passing across. The same thing, you might be expressing yourself and passing a message, but the other person is hearing something different. And what is that element? That element in communication is about two-way communication. The ability to be able to check your understanding. That's why you see, great communicators, or when you see communications, good one going on. When you say something, they try to summarize it and play it back and say, if I understand you correctly, you said 1, 2, 3, 4. And the person can say, yeah, you're very correct. That's exactly what I said. Or that's exactly what I meant. Or you might say, oh, you said 1, 2, 3, 4. And you say, no. I said 1, 3, 4. There is no 2 there. I say, oh, okay. See, if I tell you something, so that you understand, so like, for example, someone like me, there was a time I went on a management training, very interesting, interactive training. And we had an exercise. This particular exercise, we are in groups, so in 2 pairs. So they put a big paper with a map on it. So the exercise was to blindfold someone, and then the other person will tell you how you're going to draw on that thing like a map till you drive all the way. So they call one place like one of the branch office, and they call one place the headquarters. So from the branch, you're going to be directed and draw like driving all the way to get to the headquarters. So it's more about trusting your partner. Okay? What happened? I was the fortunate one to be blindfolded. So they blindfolded me. My partner, the lady, so they will put my hand on the starting point, and then they start saying, okay, TJ, go straight up. Yeah, continue, go straight up. Okay, now turn right. I will do right, and I will see the lady repeating, TJ, right. And then I will turn right, and you will say, TJ, turn right. And then I will turn right. They can't touch my hands. So he keeps saying, TJ, turn right. And then I will turn right. And then he will say, no, right. And then I will turn right again. And he say, oh, no, it's right, TJ. I will turn right. And say, okay, go down, back, this way. Okay, turn right. Because I didn't know. That was the first time when they removed my blindfold. That was the first time I realized. Yeah, can you imagine how many years as an adult? Because I was already working. I was in management already. So that was the first time I realized, because I'm a lefty, whenever they tell me right, my brain translates it to left. So you can understand that, things that people do with their right hand, I do with my left hand. So my brain has programmed, when they say right, it translates it to left. So every time the lady was telling me, TJ, turn right, I was turning left. That's why she kept repeating, TJ, right, and I would turn left. I never knew until they removed the blindfold. So can you imagine how many places I've made that mistake? And I will tell you, I'm a graduate. I can speak English. I understand when you speak to me. So it's very important, and unfortunately, our time will not permit us to now repeat that exercise with that element included so that we can do that. But what we'll do is that the first thing we're going to do tomorrow, we're going to repeat this exercise, and we're going to have that element there, and we're going to see the difference from how we feel today and how because the same way you are frustrated is the same way the people listening to you are frustrated. When you just speak and not allow them to feedback and clarify what you're saying. Thank you very much, everyone, for tonight. Sorry and apologies for the technical issues. Tomorrow, we'll make sure we sort everything out. We won't have to use two platform tomorrow. We'll sort that out tonight and so on. So sorry, everyone. For those of you on Zoom, I promise you, I know your name. I promise you. Yeah. I owe you one. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. TJ.
Thank you, Mr. TJ.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, TJ.
Thank you.
Thank you.